everybody, today's video is a little bit different. I'm just going to be answering a few questions just in general, just to give you an idea about life in Los Angeles. Some people have asked me what is the cost of living in Los Angeles. So LA, it's a very big city, it's a very big metropolitan city, it's very spread out. So it's kind of hard to give like an exact estimate of every single area. But I can tell you it is quite expensive, especially compared to some other cities in the United States. An average one-bedroom apartment right now in the city of Los Angeles is about $1,500 and up. Depends on where you live. Like Santa Monica, which is super close to the ocean, you can get an apartment for probably like almost $2,000 a month. If you live on some other parts of town, you can get it for that $1,500 price. And on top of that, you know, you also have to see if you have parking and where you live. If you have to add cost of insurance, cost of your car, because you definitely need a car in LA. So it is not a cheap city to live in. But on the other hand, some of the salaries here are higher than some other parts of the country. However, it is a very expensive city to live in. Home prices are quite expensive. I cannot find any one-bedroom or two-bedroom homes. You can't really find them for less than probably $400,000 to $500,000. You can find some maybe like in the high 300s, but it's very rare and they probably need some work. Some homes in Venice Beach, like a two-bedroom house near Venice, they can go up to $1.2 million, so they're quite expensive. And on top of that, you don't have to forget property taxes, which in California are very high. So it's quite expensive. Currently, with the coronavirus, things are always evolving. But right now, we don't have a mandatory lockdown in place. They still encourage people to stay at home as much as possible. However, you can go to the supermarket, you can go to some restaurants, and as long as you keep your mask on, unless you're eating, you can kind of roam around. There's a lot of people actually who are going on the beach. There's not a lot of people who are really respecting social distancing. I can show you some clips I took the other day. On the beach, you can see the amount of people. There were some bathing, not a lot of social distancing happening, but for the most part, a lot of people are wearing masks and try not to touch things and keep cleaning their hands and using as much as hand sanitizer as they can. One good thing about LA in terms of food is that you can find any cuisine that you like. I mean, honestly. Asian food, Italian food, French food, Mexican food, you name it, you can find it. So that's one of the very good things about living in LA. You can definitely try every new restaurant that they come up. You can probably eat 3 meals a day on a new restaurant and still you'll have not scratched the surface on the amount of restaurants that are in LA. One big thing about living in Los Angeles is you have to learn how to deal with traffic. Traffic is everywhere. Obviously, right now with the coronavirus, things have gotten better because most people are working from home, so there's not as much traffic as it used to be. When I first moved here to Los Angeles about almost 14 years ago, traffic was rough, but was somewhat predictable. Between 3 p.m. and 7 p.m., the freeways were jammed, and that was about it. Saturdays, Sundays, you could kind of go around. Nowadays, you know, before coronavirus, it was unpredictable. So a 1.5 mile journey, like from my house to the freeway, on rush hour, it would take about 40 minutes. Yes, you heard me correct. 40 minutes, 40 for almost 1.5 miles. So it's insane. You just have to be very zen, or have some good music in the car, or really have no place to be because you're going to be stuck in traffic. And that's one of the reasons why I actually drive a motorcycle, because here in California it is legal to split lanes. In other words, you can go between cars, and that allows you not to be insane, to go insane and actually go to a place and not be stuck in traffic. So that's kind of like the rule of the land here. If you're going somewhere, be prepared to be stuck in traffic. If you just moved to Los Angeles and you're looking for work, one of the best and fastest way to find some job would be Craigslist. And you can find jobs from any type of job, from food serving to administrative jobs to couriers to drivers, you name it, they're there. You want to be careful though, because there's a lot of scam going on the internet. But Craigslist is definitely one of the best resources for almost anything, for jobs, for housing, if you want to buy a car. Anything you're looking for, you can probably find it on Craigslist. There's other resources like Indeed, Monster.com, and other job sites, but I would start on Craigslist if you're looking for a job. Obviously, if you're not an American, you're gonna have a hard time because you need to have a work permit. That's a subject for a very long video. I'm not gonna get into it right now, but if you are trying to immigrate in the United States, do a lot of research, because especially now it's hard to find work if you don't have a work permit. And in terms of the work market here in LA, it's pretty good. I mean, there's a lot of work on almost anything you can think of. So if you're hardworking, you can find work. It's out there. If you like sports, well, you're in luck, because Los Angeles has a lot of sports to offer. The Staples Center, you can see a lot of basketball games, hockey games. They just opened a new stadium for football, where the LA Rams are going to play. Maybe we'll go there and I'll show you around the new stadium. It's quite a work of art. And there's college football, of course. There's UCLA, USC. There's soccer. There's the LA Galaxy. So there's a lot of sports. There's baseball, of course. And if you like sports, you won't be disappointed. The one thing though is you're gonna get stuck in traffic to go to the baseball game or to a basketball game. The interesting thing is, here in LA, people get to the game late and they leave early, mostly because they're trying to avoid traffic. But obviously right now with Corona, things are a little bit different, so we'll see what's gonna happen. But definitely, if we have a chance, I'll take you to some games, because they're definitely fun. Let me introduce you to my roommate. Oh, well, technically it's my roommate's cat. This is Jack. Say hi, Jack. He wanted to say hi, and wanted to remind everybody to subscribe to my channel, leave comments, and get in touch with me, because if you don't, I'm gonna release the beast here. Exactly like that. Subscribe. See you on the next video.